Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Video True Nerd, and welcome to Beholder 2. Now, I'm really glad this game exists, because the original Beholder was a really good game, but it was a game that, as far as I can tell, didn't really get a huge amount of attention. It wasn't a massive deal, I never saw much chatter about it, so I didn't think it was a likely candidate for getting a sequel, but I'm so glad it did, because the original Beholder was really fun, it was very interesting. You were basically playing as, like, a landlord in, like, a sort of point-and-click adventure, puzzle, strategic management sort of thing. Basically, you were a landlord and you were trying to, like, you know, do the right things by your tenants because you were living in this horrific, nightmarish dystopia thing. You also wanted to make enough money to make sure that you survived and make sure you were doing things right, and you were getting commands from the nightmare government. So, you know, you wanted to kind of do what they said because you didn't really want to get on their radar because you might be disappeared. But then again, all your tenants had these problems and you were trying to solve them. It was just really interesting and tense, and it told some interesting stories. It was well put together. The puzzles were interesting. It was just overall a solid game. And here's Beholder 2, and yeah, it looks like it's very much set in the same universe, same visual style. Yeah, I'm just very glad this got a sequel, really. Looking forward to this. Ooh, and I do always enjoy a good game that decides, yeah, it's just going to begin by having a zoom in on something. No intro sequence, just straight in media res. How could I be so blind? Why didn't I see it right away? They would distort everything and turn it upside down. Well, yeah, you should have seen that because you're in a nightmarish dystopia, but alright. There's no going back, nowhere to run. It's time to face the consequences. Alright, so I'm this guy, whoever this is precisely. I've got some very nice glasses on, but oh dear. I feel like everybody's kind of looking at me right now. Hello! Do I work in the Nightmare Dystopia building? This is all a mistake. Maybe it's not too late to fix it. I need to shut everything down, destroy all the documents. Well, maybe do that when, you know, everyone's not looking at me. Yeah, empty eyes, silent obedience. This is not what I wanted. Oh, did I invent the giant hypnosis statues? Possibly I did. If I did, I should definitely go and turn that off. Yes. I'm sure they're already planning on dragging Evan into all of this. I know of only one way to protect my son. Ah, okay, your family being used against you. Yes, that was a thing in the first game as well. And you've got to jump off cliffs all the time and build your wings. Didn't get to the end of that quote in time. The game loaded too quickly. But I'm sure it's a bad idea to jump off cliffs while building your own wings. Like, build the wings first and maybe, like, test them under controlled conditions. Then work your way up to cliffs. Don't start with the cliff. See this? Right here, this is not the moment you want to be trying to invent wings, alright? This is the moment you want to have already got pre-tested wings that you know are gonna work. See? Should have tested the wings ahead of time. Now he's gone splat. Alright, so some guy's dead, and it's a few days later. Transfer to the Ministry approved. Get to work as soon as you arrive in Helmer. J. Cunningham. P.S. Your father is dead. More info when we meet. Blimey, okay, that's interesting. And yep, I'm most definitely a different guy, because I've got myself a different haircut, including a stupid quiff. Marvellous. Now, who's Jay Cunningham? Are you Jay Cunningham? Hi, I guess you're the one I'm waiting for. My name is George Hemnitz. Nice to meet you, Evan. Ah, Evan. So this is the guy whose dead son, who he was worried would get dragged into this. So, no need to worry about him getting dragged into this. Apparently he just flippin' applied to work at the same place. Dear oh flippin' dear. So, I am Evan Redgrave and my dad is dead from trying to do something to stop the hypnosis statues or something and getting himself thrown out of a window when he hadn't bothered to pre-test his wings. You must be a big shot, Evan, right? Why'd you say that? I've been with the Ministry for 8 years, 4 months and 12 days, and in that time, I've processed 18,342 applications, had 1,629 cups of coffee, and witnessed 284 incidents of civil disorder. Now ask me, how many times have I got sent to welcome a new employee on his first day? How many? I'm guessing none. Right, not once in all those days, so you're a big deal. Okay, don't admit to anything. I have no clue. Alright? I think you've got me mixed up with someone else. I'm no one important. Don't mind me. Just gonna get on with my job. Alright? And, that's why I'm important. My dad. My very dead dad. And, yes, go on then. Tell me about my dead father, because someone needs to tell me this. My deepest condolences. Can't imagine what he must be feeling right now. And to think I just saw him 58 hours and 23 minutes before his death. Right, so something bad's going on, but Evan wasn't that close to his father, which may well be because his father chose to distance himself for Evan's safety. To be honest, we haven't talked much for a decade. Didn't even know he worked here until yesterday. Oh dear. I'm guessing you didn't apply for this job. I'm guessing you just get told by the government this is your job now, and that might not be the best thing for your health. He didn't just work here, he was one of the most respected people in the ministry, one of the top management. And the most amazing thing is, he never looked down on his subordinates. He was an open and honest man. Oh, you don't want to be an open and honest man in this environment, I'm guessing. Alright, here we go. Evan asking after some facts here. So, 47 hours ago, your father fell out of the ministry's top floor window. He fell down 37 floors, hit the pavement, and died on the spot. Yep, story checks out with what we just saw, though I'm guessing he didn't actually throw himself out of the window. And law enforcement are working on finding out what happened, and I'm guessing they're not actually looking that hard. Okay. Ooh, but perhaps I have some important info on your father's death, but it's best discuss it somewhere quiet after I instruct you and show you your desk. Okay, this guy knows something, but we've got our priorities. Work first, dead dad investigation later. Fair enough. Ah, and we're actually right back at the exact place the beginning of the game just was. So I've just come out of the same station. That's the same statue in the background right there. So this right here, I think, is, yeah, where my dad actually died. And these people are... Ah, I can't speak to them. They're just indicating what they want. They are hungry. Probably because of food shortages in the nightmare dystopia we all live in. Marvellous. Oh, speak of the devil, there's actually, yeah, the little chalk outline of my dead dad. But unfortunately, because I'm currently in 2D mode, I can't even go up to it. So yeah, I really was not that close to my dad at all, apparently. Alright, deep inside the ministry, and this is apparently my little cubicle, I'm going to say. It's my first day. I've got my own office. It looks like it's got, like, you know, little closing doors based on the one next door. I can't complain, really. This is pretty decent, and that's one hell of a big monitor, too. I'm thrilled. Ah, wait, I see. Okay, so I move around in 2 dimensions, but I can indicate things by wiggling the second analog stick. So I'm just moving side to side with one analog stick, and then pointing at things with the other, which I may or may not be able to interact with. Fine, it's quite possible I could have gone to investigate or look at my father's chalk outline. Clearly I'm just a terrible, terrible son. In which case, George, tell me what my actual flippin' job is. I'm a bit unclear about that right now. Do you already know your job duties? No, I have absolutely no bloody clue. Why don't you tell me? So tell me about my job that I assume I've just been assigned. So we're in the reception room. People working in these booths assign visitors to ministries and officers. So this is the front line of our bureaucratic defense. Only the chosen ones can pass it. And I assume you mean us. Do you think you've been chosen? People often consider themselves to be special, but in fact, we're all the same. 2 square meters of skin, 206 bones, 5 liters of blood. Well, as long as you each one are not an honorary blood donor. And eventually we all die, except for the wise leader, of course. But before you die, you need to work hard. No problem, sir. Just tell me what my actual, job is, and I will gladly get to it. So you'll be dealing with visitors, listening to appeals, figuring out which forms they need, and which ministries and available officers they have to go to. You've got to press the right buttons in the terminal, print out referrals, and give them visitors. Ooh, it's like an even more bureaucratic papers, please, is it? I approve of this already. Right, let's talk about forms, the sexiest of all types of paper. So currently, we have 4 types of forms: request, complaint, denunciation, and information. You select one depending on the appeal. If you're having difficulties determining the appeal type, use hints in the terminal. Okay, so those seem pretty obvious. Yeah, it'll be easy to tell who wants what type of form. Now, the ministries. Now, there are many ministries established and abolished every day. I like that. And we never have time to update our register. Fortunately, the big 6 are always around. The Ministry of Order, Patriotism, Social Care, Labour, Culture and Sports, and Science and Technology. Alright, those seem quite distinct from each other. There's not a huge amount of overlap going on there, so that's all fine as well. Just listen to the visitors carefully and decide which of the ministries to send them to. Okay, and the officers. Which office are we talking about? Each ministry has several officers. You can see the weekly operating schedule of the officers on the right. Ah, that'll be the green thing just next to my terminal right there. If there are no available officers, you've got to reject the appeal. Alright, I can do this. This is cool. So, my quota for today is to process 5 visitors, and you'll get reputation points for meeting your quota. Reputation, I'd rather have money. Evan, in our ministry, reputation is much more valuable than money. Anyone can steal or find money. Reputation has to be earned. Without it, you can forget about promotion, rewards, and your whole career. If you don't have enough influence in the ministry, your colleagues won't even talk to you. What a good day. Marvellous, it is a good day. Let's get to work. Ah, wait, first, yeah, family. My dad, you did mention that you might know something about that. No, we're asking about his family. Honestly, my family's kind of more important. Like, I'm the one who's just lost his dad to a blatant murder, but whatever, eh? And of course I do. I have a wife, 2 children, a dog, and a Class D apartment like everyone else. And you, and my wife and daughter, they're joining me later. You know, it might be worth getting to know this guy a bit better. If we have a positive relationship with him, he might open up a bit about my dead dad. Okay, here we go. The exciting, sexy bit. To work we go. Oh, yeah. I'm guessing the clock's going to start ticking soon. So, we've got a bunch of officers over here. So these are the officers on the right. 78 Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Wait, so it's Monday right now. So, every officer's available with the exception of 212, 301, and 390. The other officers are available right now. Okay, so how do we do all of this then? Oh, time is ticking by apparently. Hello, here's the list of reagents needed to continue my work to synthesize food proteins from manure. Okay, that sounds like information, I'm going to guess. Or can I read it first? And, oh no, that's just reading it again. Yeah, that sounds like information to me. Information that goes to science and technology. And we probably have to send you up to Monday. So therefore, yeah, room 78, the person from the ministry, can meet you there. That's probably fine, right? Yes, that seems reasonable. Good! That was all correct, apparently. So as a result, I've earned a bit of money, and if I do my job well, I'll also get some reputation. Good afternoon. Me and my kids were allotted an apartment on Prosperity Street. When we got there, it was already occupied. They won't let us in. Alright, that sounds like a complaint to me. A complaint to the Department of... Who handles housing? Social care, I'm going to guess. And, yeah, we can also give you room... wait. Hang on. The rooms don't... Oh! Right, I see the problem here. So 301, yeah, not every office is for every department. So 357 is fine. You can have 357. Yeah. So complaint to social care on 357. That is correct. So I get myself some money. Lovely. So next, who have we got here? So I need a note certifying that I have no convictions. Who should I talk to? That sounds like a request to me. A request pertaining to... There's no law and... order. Law and order is just order. So, order, and I've already given away some of these rooms. Yeah, 357 is currently occupied because I've literally given it away. But 101 is apparently free again because I'm assuming the person I sent up there, because I think I used 101 already. Did I use 78? I can't remember. This is probably fine. Yeah, print that. That is good. Here you go. Bring in the next person, please. I like this. This is good. I'd like to get a gun. That's... Oh, uh-oh. What did I just do? No, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk away from you. No, go back to work. I'm very sorry. That was very rude of me. Do you still want the gun? Because I'm very happy to give you the gun at this point. Yes, you'd like to get a gun. So that is a request for the... Yeah, I'm guessing that's order. Right? The order people would handle that. 212 is 212's not open. 404 is... none of those are of... Oh. None of those are actually available right now. Okay. 212's not available on a Monday. 301's also not available on a Monday. And everything higher than 390 is not actually part of my remit. Okay, I've decided you just don't get a gun. I'm very sorry. Mistake, there is... Wait, what? Was there? Wait, what office was free? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, never mind. My colleague Martha Kramer has created a hostile work environment. She keeps opening the window, and now I've got a stuffy nose. That is a... It's not a denunciation, it's a complaint. And it's in the... Yeah, it's in the works, he said, work environment. So that's a complaint for the Department of Labour. And 154 is available today. There you... Oh, is that not a complaint? Sorry, maybe that was a denunciation rather than a complaint. Maybe a person, it's always a denunciation. Yeah, correct, was denunciation. So a complaint against a person is always a denunciation, whereas a complaint against, like, a department, that's a complaint. You can't complain against a person, I'm gonna guess. So, I have to report that my boss, Gus Morov, is a tyrant. He makes his workers bring him tea and polish his boots. What the hell? It's illegal and disgraceful. Now that's gotta be a denunciation for, again, Labour. Because she's complaining about her boss, who is a person. And I can send you up to 212's not for Mondays. Right, that's unfortunate. I mean, I think you were actually in the right here, but there's not much I can do about it. Sorry. Oh, you can scroll up and down. There's 3 different screens. Right, well, that would explain a lot then. Right, so off you go to office 950. And yes, she's correctly denouncing a person. Fine. So I was, yeah, wrong because I didn't know you could scroll up and down on the actual office plan. Gotcha. That's fine. Lovely and... Okay, that's probably not a 24-hour clock, otherwise I've just travelled back in time. But that's fine, I need to do like one more person because I processed someone incorrectly. Sorry. So, Lieutenant Richter reporting, Captain Weller spent the funds allocated for bribing South Bereans on gambling and loose women. Now that very much sounds like a denunciation to me, so that is denunciation on... Ooh. If he's army, does that mean this is, yeah, patriotism? Like, does army fall under the order of patriotism? Or does that fall under... Ooh. I mean, there's a sword on patriotism, but that might just be, like, you know, symbolism. I don't know if that's actually meaning literally the patriotism office handles, like, yeah, the actual... Maybe that's just for propaganda. I'm gonna say order. I'm going to say order right now. Right, what can I give you? 404 is no. 404 is not available. Neither is 525. 871 is... 871 is available. Right, here you go. Right, I was correct. Good. So army does fall under order. Patriotism is just for, like, propaganda or people who are, like, speaking against the state. And I demand to punish those who allowed the production of leader-branded condoms. No one is allowed to pull the great helmsman on. Okay, this is... certainly interesting. So, is this about... That might be patriotism, because that's, like, pertaining to the image of the great leader in the state. So, the problem is that it's not really a complaint... Well, he doesn't know he's complaining about, so he's not denouncing anyone. And presumably if something's being produced, I'm the one producing it, because the state seems to control everything. So I'm going to say that's a complaint for the Office of... Patriotism, and as a result, he can go over to, yeah, Office 279. Yeah, that was spot on. Beautiful. On you go, my good man. Do you have anyone else? Because I've already managed to process 5 people, so I've already met my quota for the day, which is marvellous. Someone has graffitied the walls of our building. The guilty party must be executed against those very walls. Now, that is a denunciation, but you don't know against who. And it's graffitiing the walls of our building. That's presumably a crime, and thus falls under order. I'm going to guess 212 is still not available, 301's not good, 404 is not good, 525 is also not available. Ah. Slight problem. I don't think there's a single office that's actually available. I'm very sorry. So this is why, yes, some weird request you might want to get rid of. Otherwise you might run out of office space. Ah, except that was wrong anyway. I was supposed to send him away, but that was not a denunciation. That was, hang on, exclamation mark is a complaint. Fine. So if there's no one it's directed at, it's always a complaint, even if it would be directed at someone, if he knew who it was directed at. Gotcha. I brought you the anti-optimism activities report from our factory under the latest directive of the Ministry of Patriotism. That sounds like information to me. And it was from a factory, so that's the Ministry of Labour. Can we actually squeeze you in? Yes, we can. In Office 267. Off you go. And no. Right, anti-optimism. Okay, so it didn't actually pertain to the factory, even though it was in the factory. So it was supposed to be going to the Patriotism Department, because they're the ones who control spying on everybody. And hi, can you help me? Well, I guess I theoretically could, but, like, not if you don't give me more information. Ah, yes, and the terminal does actually provide clarification here. So a complaint is an injustice or violation of his or her rights or interests, the law or the norms of conduct, without specifying an individual culprit. Alright, the guilty party is the generalized collective or the institution. Denunciation, meanwhile, is they actually identify the person. Got it. Information is just information, or they want to express their gratitude, and a request... Yeah, his or her rights to receive benefits, information, or other resources. Fine, I see. No, sorry, I didn't mean to walk away. That was the wrong button. Ah, here we go. So her issue is she wants to file a complaint against all of us parasites, a bunch of useless bureaucrats, moving paper around, never solving even the most minuscule problem. Right, what actually is the problem? I'm going to complain about the people who appointed me. Right, okay, if you want to complain about the people who appointed me, then that is a generalised complaint to the Department of Labour, and don't worry, we can squeeze you in room 606. Spot on! There you go, you just got out bureaucracied. So I want to make a complaint against Trade Trust number 3. They refuse to hire me to the Import Deliveries Department. What an outrage. They say there's a waiting list of 200 candidates there. I don't care. I want a job. Alright, so that's a generalised complaint against the Department of Labour. And I can squeeze you in room... Yep, 647. Off you go. Marvellous. So I am making good money here. I would like to report a crime. Some scoundrels hijacked my mobile propaganda unit, and they're driving around the city and transmitting some nonsense about freedom and democracy. Alright, that's complaint, Department of Patriotism, and yeah, we're running out of officers rapidly here, so yeah, you kind of have to stop work. You've kind of got no choice after a certain period of time. But for the time being, I can squeeze you in to Office 645. There we go. Next, please. I've brought the log of my detailed daily observations of my colleagues. It includes all of their absences and the exact time taking smoke breaks. Alright, now is that... That's presumably information for the Department of Labour, but we might not actually be able to squeeze you in today. No, to be honest, I should probably stop work for the day, because at this point, we've kind of run out of spaces to squeeze people in. I'm very sorry. So, nothing we can do, but I did try and get you into the right spot there. Alright, so report it to George, and give him my performance report, because I have met the quota. Great, keep it up. Actually, I've got nothing more to tell you about your work. You're on your own now. Get settled in, meet your co-workers, earn reputation. If you keep at it and work hard 8 hours a day, you could become the boss and get to work 12 hours a day. Isn't that exciting? It is, you know. It is so flipping exciting. Thank you so much, George. So I'll mark in the journal you've had your briefing. All the required documents are in the cart next to the table. Take them to Magda Rakovic, the boss's secretary. I'll wait for you by the statue. Okay, I think I saw... Yes, I saw a cart with papers right here. So look at that. Have a little dig through. And I've got myself... a report! Yay! So now I've got the report. I take that to Magda, who I'm pretty sure I saw over here. Possibly in the next room over. Are you part of the same room? Nope, you're one room over. So through the lovely big doors. And I think you are... Yes, there you are, Magda. I ran into you previously, I think. So hello there, Magda. So, give her the documents. And George asked me to give you these. You didn't look inside. Ooh! I didn't even think to, but I probably should have done, actually. And I'm not interested. I didn't ask if you were interested. Reading sealed papers like these when you don't have top secret clearance can cost you your freedom or your life. Do I make myself clear? Absolutely, but don't worry, I didn't even think about it. So, you know, that probably makes me an excellent bureaucratic drone. So, next up, need to head back outside to catch up with George by the statue. Also, the saddest thing of all, I just passed a tray with pastry, and I'm not allowed to interact and grab a pastry. Oh, that is rather sad. Oh, this is cute. When you pass by a bust of the leader, you can just give it a quick praise the sun. And that costs you 5 minutes of time that you'd otherwise be allowed to spend working, so you don't get money, but you do get a bit of reputation for being seen doing that. Okay, so this is kind of resource management, but it's resource management where what you're managing is time. Gotcha. Also, I've stepped back outside and no, even now that I know the controls, I still can't show any interest in my father's chalk outline. I just don't flipping care. And here he is. There's George, right where we first met. So what a good day. And yeah, why did you pull me out here? Because this is very public, to be honest. And Evan, it's about your father. The things that happened to him were just terrible. I have to tell you something. Why would you tell me here? I've got a private office. I assume you do as well, given your higher rank than me. Why would we do this in the streets? Go on then. At most, 20 people in our whole country know this information. I'm taking a huge risk divulging these details to you, so I have to ask you not a word to anyone, okay? I didn't actually say okay, so it's fine if I turn him in later. As you know, I was appointed to the position of floor inspector several years ago, but at the same time I was enlisted to work in not Department 6. What's Department 6? Department 6, that's a myth. No thinking person really believes in it. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. Department 6 is considered to be a myth because that's the way their leader wanted it. More precisely, that's how your father wanted it. And my father was the head of Department 6. Ooh, what were you doing there then? Heimdall, a secret project held by your father, was launched at that time. That's how we met. I was always good with numbers, so I was invited on board to assess statistical errors and their potential consequences. He didn't talk much about himself, but he mentioned his son several times, and his eyes lit up when he did. He was proud of you, trust me. Oh, that's nice of you to say, George. Thank you. And yeah, what else did my father say? We didn't communicate for the past 10 years. He mentioned that he was no longer in touch with you, but always hoped that someday you'd come join him. And indeed, I have arrived, just, you know, a couple of days too late or something. And why do you think he did that? He wrote you a letter a few days before his death. He must have known what was going to happen to him. Oh, can I have the letter? And I keep it at home. I didn't expect it to appear so soon. I'll give it to you tomorrow and tell you everything I know. Somewhere quiet. Alright, and yeah, the project, Heimdall. So what sort of project was this? Not here, not now, it's too dangerous. Find a quiet place. We were in a quiet place, like before you told me to come outside in public, George, but whatever. Ah, the day is done. And I'm assuming this is where I live. This will be my Category D apartment that I've been awarded. Ooh, fancy. It's got a table and everything. I tell you what, the bedroom's pretty good. That's actually pretty spacious. I like this for a nightmare dystopia. Yeah, the apartment's alright. Ah, but potential problem. If I peek outside, yeah, there's a man who's not George waiting for me. So I guess we open the door. Hello there. Who are you exactly? I'm glad to see you, Evan. Do you remember me? No, to be honest, I have no clue who you are. I'm an old friend of your father's, Evan. Oh, everyone's kind of claiming to be an old friend of my father's. I'm not sure I should trust any of them, actually. We were friends, and we worked side by side for many years. I was a frequent visitor to your home, don't you remember? James. Ooh! Cunningham! Jay Cunningham! He was the one who sent me the letter that invited me to the job. Got it. And your mother used to make fantastic rhubarb pies. Ah! Okay. If I remember that, then he's telling the truth, because that's a good detail for him to drop to prove he's legit. But she passed away a long time ago. I know I was at her funeral, and your father's funeral as well. And why didn't you tell me so I could say goodbye? I'm afraid your father's death is a complicated case. Someone at the top decided to close it quickly. That's why I came to you. We need to discuss your work. Oh, James, you're about to put me in a difficult position, aren't you? How's your first day going? Everything's changing quickly. Just a week ago, I was planning to visit my father and introduce him to my family. In the end, I was late, even for his funeral. I understand. Did you ever patch things up? Sounds like no, but from George's letter, maybe he wanted to patch things up with me. No, late for that as well, dear oh dear. And now we're starting to get into it. Why I'm here. James Cunningham needs a man in the ministry. What for? If you can just knock out an appointment like this so easily, you must already have enough insiders there. Wasn't my father one of them? First of all, getting you appointed wasn't easy at all. Second, I need a man I can trust. What makes you think you can trust me? I didn't even know who you were when I opened the flipping door. I'm the head of the division that monitors the authorities. IAD, the Internal Affairs Division. Okay, exactly right. My main goal is to find out which top officials serve the people, which ones defame our leader's name. Right, so this guy is not like, you know, a good guy who's trying to bring down the government. He's just like higher up within the government, just a different bit of government. I'm being caught up in a power play here, got it. And as for the apartment, this guy pays my bills today, but starting from tomorrow, I need to earn enough money to cover my bills, otherwise I'm out. And I'm guessing that's a game over scenario. So, I've got a certain finite amount of time per day. I have bills that I need to cover, but I also need to sneak around, and I'm guessing some of those activities take time as well. And reputation will be useful for getting promoted, but some reputation actions, like praising the leader by his statues, that eats time. Fine, so we're just managing time, I see. And as for my father, so he was the last insider in the ministry, and yeah, he discovered something important and was gonna pass it up the chain to the IAD, but was killed for it, I see. Well, you know what? Let's not make enemies yet. Offer help for the time being. I can backtrack on that later if need be. So I would like to help you. Happy to hear it. Marvellous. Find dirt on the bastards. Find out who's responsible for your father's death. And I'll ensure they're met with the appropriate punishment. Even though, yeah, we're not dealing with good guys or bad guys here. We're just dealing with different flavours of bad guys. Love it. And here's another time sink. If I'm going to ingratiate myself with my co-workers so I can actually talk to them so they open up to me, I'm going to need some common points of interest. Everyone's watching TV, so I need to presumably spend time watching television so I know what's on TV so I can talk to my co-workers about it. Ooh, okay. So I can basically trade time for information that way as well. And our first big choice on the topic of who we trust or don't, I could start talking about Hemnitz immediately. Don't do that just yet. First, I need to get the letter. I need to figure out whether I actually think he's suspicious or not, because I do not know yet. So, the TV. I can now watch TV. I'm guessing that's going to eat up some time if I do. And, it's not just watching TV, it's actually spending money. So, The Passion of the Leader, a TV series, and that is, yeah, one episode there, costs 150 gold. Or, I could just watch something that's on TV, but that's actually going to take an hour to watch, and the target audience is, okay, everything is the target of ministry employees, but if I could figure out what the sort of person who I was trying to get information out of, yeah, what they were like, what they liked, then I might be able to target my TV watching to talk to them to get an opening. So, young people, active young people, romantically inclined women, all of that business. Okay, this is fine. How about we just watch The Walking Boreans for an hour? So I have now watched that, and thus I have knowledge of the characters from that TV show. And if I run into anyone who I need to talk to or get information out of, that might be useful. Next up, bookcase. He said there was a useful book for me there about hacking terminals. And unfortunately, that's going to take time to do. Oh, go on then. I'll actually spend the time doing that now. So, spend 3 full hours reading this book. But now, I know how to hack Patriot terminals if I could actually break into someone's office all alone. Gotcha. Ah, I see. But I can't go to the square to work because that itself takes... Apparently that takes 5 hours. That's one hell of a bloody commute. So I guess we just stay at home in that case. And, well, I could watch some more TV. Because if I buy this, is that just like a freebie? Yeah, go on then. I will actually watch The Passion of the Leader. And no, even after you buy that, that does actually take time to watch. So in which case, I think the only thing I can do at this point is, yeah, go to bed and sleep until tomorrow. So I hope I wasn't supposed to go to work today, because I kind of didn't. And here we are, I'm actually at work now, spot on. So I automatically arrive at work at... No, that's not 9 AM. Time ticks down, it just means I've got 9 hours left until, like, my day has run out. I see. So at some point I have to go home and basically make sure I've got enough time left over to watch any TV that I need to watch. Or like do anything else I need to do, like read a particular book to learn a particular skill. Here we go. So there's 2 random people speaking right here. Speaking to them eats 10 minutes of time. If I do that, what does that actually do? Ah, okay. So it's not that I'm actually speaking to them, I'm eavesdropping. I forgot the access code to my terminal. What am I to do now? It escapes me. What if someone else remembers? How is someone else going to remember your password? And now those guys wander off. Fine, I see. So I'm trading time for information. When you walk past people inside the ministry having conversations, you can trade 10 minutes against learning something. And also, passing the bus to the leader. Yep, spend 5 minutes praising the sun. That's 10 reputation, which is probably useful. Spending a little bit of time doing that. Not a problem at all. Oh, and I seem to have arrived in time for the morning team meeting, where we all basically just praise the police and praise the leader. He's going to be making an appearance on the big screen. Hello there, leader. So, dear compatriots and friends, we've all gathered here today, hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder, for a very special occasion. We want to reward someone. Oh, please be me, please be me, please be me. Our country is big, unique, and beautiful. Shut up and get on to the bit where you're rewarding me. We're talking about your colleague, comrade. Oh, not Hemnet. Uh-oh. Is he about to be whisked off upstairs and then we never see him again? Like, is reward a euphemism for murder? Because it might be. Oh, dear. I'd like to sincerely thank you, dear friends, for your victories and achievements. Right, where's he being taken? Where's he gone? And, oh, that's interesting. Right, so they're not even pretending that that's... Yeah, he just got slightly, hanged in front of everybody. Did everyone know that was supposed to be a euphemism, or did something get lost in translation there? Most importantly, we must never betray the cause of our great nation. After all, each person would be rewarded according to their deeds. Okay, so, yeah, everyone knew that sometimes reward is a bit of a euphemism, because bad people get rewarded with death. I see. Well, everyone seems really happy with the fact that he's just been strung up. So Hemnitz has just been hanged. Right, yeah, Magda might know something. Let's go have a chat with Magda. Or, let's listen in on a few more people. Ah, a stranger. Yes, get acquainted to whoever this person is, even if it takes a tiny bit of time. So I'm Evan Redgrave, and me too. You're not Evan Redgrave, that's me. He takes care of the plants. Okay, this is the gardener. And is always being called out when the plants get dry. Anything else you want? Right. He doesn't seem to be that interested in chatting to me. So what are you doing right now? The plants are infested with damn bugs, and if I don't gather them up now, in a couple of days there'll be nothing but bare branches left. We've entered into the best houseplant contest. I've already filled 2 bags. They just keep coming. Right, so I've learned a tiny bit of information about this guy who is the landscaper. And as a result, I'm now building a profile. So, pest fighter, engaged in an uphill battle with beetles and other insects within the walls of the ministry. So, in theory, if I learned something bad about him, I could actually denounce him. Or, if I were to find some really good pesticides somehow or other, I could potentially, yeah, help him out if I decided I wanted to do that. And I can also examine this plant for 15 minutes. What am I actually doing with this plant? Am I... Hang on, biometric safe, Redgrave's... No, I don't want to put the biometric safe onto the... Wait, hang on. Yes, I do, because that's the potted plants inventory. Apparently that's right. Well, that's good. I accidentally found the biometric safe. So, I've opened that and received the Helmdal codes. And apparently I've collected 5 out of 270 of them. So, somebody, I'm gonna be guessing George, hid that safe in the potted plant. It was the only place he could hide it. This is Redgrave's legacy. Ooh. Unless that was like my father's, but then, like, fathers don't pass on fingerprints to their children, so... right, well, someone, somewhere set this up for me. Interesting. And just keep spending a little bit of time listening in on conversations. I saw you being searched by the guards. What did they want? Who knows? They say they're looking for a bald man. You have hair. Yeah, but I'm bald without it. It took a while to sort out. I like this game's pitch black sense of humour. It's quite good. Fine, there is apparently a bold man somewhere who might be of interest to the guards. Okay. And, oh, give myself a quick scan. And hopefully I passed the scan. Marvellous. And here we go, more people to get acquainted to. So, the woman who runs the pastry store. Very important you are extremely friendly to her. You might get free pastry. Ah, so this is interesting. Talk about the families. That's a cost of 200 prestige to talk about your family. Or is that a basic threshold I need? Yes, that's a cost. So if I've got a certain amount of prestige, I can spend it to unlock new dialogue options. Like, yeah, asking about her family, which she otherwise wouldn't be willing to tell me. One useful bit of information, though. Yeah, she set up this store, because there used to be a canteen, but it got shut down. So, yeah, because people were just literally dying of starvation because they were working too hard, she was allowed to set up shop here. But the security chief became a problem. I had to remind him what happened on the Day of Order a couple of years ago. He came to his senses pretty sharpish. Ever since, security just smile and wave at me. Okay, so this seems to be a woman who is white in the know. But sadly, if you ask her what happened, yeah, she's not actually willing to say, because obviously that gives her a bit of useful information she can use to her advantage. Fair enough, I suppose. And for 500 prestige, I can ask her where I can buy useful items, which is apparently sensitive information. But I actually physically can't afford that just yet. Okay, I'm liking this, all this resource management-y business. Gotcha. And as for Magda, if I want to see her, there's a queue. So I've got to give up an hour of my time to actually wait. So I should probably do that in that case. So an hour passes, and I can finally actually speak to Magda about what happened here. So hello there, Magda. What's going on with George being a bit on the dead side? So because he died fairly suddenly, yeah, no one knows where his things are. The security service must have his things. Go to the guard at the checkpoint and tell him I sent you. He'll give you Hemnitz's things, including the letter. Spot on. Ooh, Magda's given me my first map, and as it turns out, this place is pretty big, but it's also all about the floors. So right now, I've only got access to the actual little starting floor here. So the street outside, then the entry hallway, the room where they do the meetings, then the little kind of, yeah, security area where you get into the private areas where all the officers are, and then my office itself, and then Magda over on the far left there. Got it. And over to the left of Magda is her boss, Comrade Ferguson, who we cannot access just yet. He's away on a business trip, and in this game, who knows, that's probably a euphemism for being dead. And better, I can use the map to fast travel around the agency a lot faster. So I think I've seen the Lost and Found already. That is, yes, right here. Lost and Found. Have a little look-see through here, which is, why are you searching the place? Oh, I'm supposed to be here, it's fine. Magda told me to come here, it's good. Ah, but someone got here first. Someone took a box and left. Who? None of my business. Fine. So, let's see what we've actually got here in that case. Have a little shufty. I've got the pass and the letter. Good. So I need to spend 15 minutes to go doing that, because apparently I'm very, very bad actually going through shelves. It takes me 15 minutes to find one bloody thing. And father's letter. I suppose I could have opened it a little more carefully. To hell with the envelope, I need to know what's in there right now. Let's see what we've got. New information discovered about Caleb Redgrave. So, is that in my profile at this point? No, hang on, where's that in that case? Here we go, in the special Redgrave's Legacy tab. Dear son, if you're reading this, I must already be dead. Forgive me for pushing you away, for the fact that we haven't been as close these past few years as we used to be. You may not believe me, but this was my own unusual way of trying to protect you. Called it! Totally 100% called it. Even my death serves this purpose, to protect my son. I don't know who else might read this letter, so I cannot risk telling you everything. Therefore, I have left everything important in special boxes throughout the ministry. Only you can open them. The locks are coded to your biometrics. I hope you manage to pull it all together and make the right decision in the end. You should receive the first box along with this letter. You have to find the rest yourself, and most importantly, don't trust anyone. I see. I gotcha. Except, there was no box with the letter, meaning somebody in the guard doesn't know who or isn't going to tell me already took the box. But they can't do anything with it. If I find the box, I know who's already been investigating George's death and taking his stuff. So I could ask my colleagues about the biometric safe, but only if they actually, like, you know me and whatever. So, okay, we've got the woman who sells pastries and the landscaper. Those are the only two people who I vaguely know so far. So, may as well start with them, I suppose. And yeah, I could spend another 5 minutes just getting a bit more prestige. Marvellous. There we go. Yeah, I figured as much. Serena, the woman who handles the pastries, is a woman in the know. If anyone's going to know about the letter, she is. Did you by any chance take any of Hemnitz's things? No. Okay, that was a shorter, less helpful answer than I was hoping for, to be honest. But if I could spend 500 prestige, potentially, knowing where to buy useful items, if that safe is worthless to everyone but me, they might just sell it straight away. Ah, but there's someone else new here. Hello there. Who are you precisely? I'm Evan. Nicholas Page, a courier. Alright, let's just see what we've got going on here precisely. Yes, what about the letter? He claims he hasn't taken the letter, but I don't know this guy. I don't know if he's trustworthy. Ah, and you can buy some things from me, but I don't do business with folk I don't trust. So I'd need 350 prestige in order to get him on side. Gotcha. And potentially he could have that safe in his inventory right now if someone sold it to him, or he was lying and he was the one that took it. Something to remember about him, though, as a courier, he's got access to floors I don't. Now, also of interest, yeah, I'm supposed to hack any terminal. Now, are you going to object if I just kind of try and lockpick my way inside this office in order to do some hacking? Because I would like to, yeah, try doing a little bit of hacking, actually. Hello over there. Table, stranger. Absolutely, do some hacking here. So, is this actually a mini-game or not? Alright, only two things available here. Camera. Here are some photographs, so we can see photos. A kid with a train. Alright. And a protest of some description. And a big train. Alright, back in that case. And a bunch of files. Alright, get rid of that for the time being. Who to call the screws out of my work chest so it fell apart? Oh dear, marvellous. So nothing incriminating here really, but we can learn a bit about who's in this office by going through, yeah, his emails. So the guy who works here is Peter Dong, because emails addressed to Peter Dong have made it to this terminal. He's apparently very, very good at his job. The other thing of interest is, yeah, over in his draft folder, a draft to Emma Hazer, who Magda mentioned as being a little bit of a, yeah, slightly flighty romantic or something. You've forgotten about me again. You're denying yourself happiness by not noticing me. So Peter Dong clearly has a thing for Emma Hazer, but maybe a bit of a dick about it. Gotcha. Oh, bloody hell, of course, I'm now back at the end of the queue for Magda, so it's another hour if I want to see her again. Sometime later, right, Magda, I do need to give the pass to you. That's presumably worth a bit of prestige or something, so hand over the pass. Here you go. Now I can actually fire him, because yes, technically he's not been fired, even though he's dead. Marvellous. Ah, now I see what's going on here. The position is vacant. He was about to be promoted, but now he's not going to be. If I could fight my way up to that promotion, I get access to a whole new floor. Nice. So I can totally do some more work for Magda, searching the various carts. But yeah, that's 15 minutes ago. To have a little shuffle here. And, ooh, picking crossbar locks, how to save state property, or a filing folder. Header says it's from the archive. Take that. But yeah, you can only take one thing per search. So I should probably just search again quickly to, yeah, get better at lockpicking, I assume. Marvellous. And then there was a woman in here, but I don't know who that is. Ah! By any chance, are you Emma Hazer? So, Evan. Emma Hazer. Spot on. So, Peter Dong has a total thing for you. But I know something well. I know a little bit about you, thanks to the fact that, yeah, I spoke to Magda. You like romantic films or something, and I've actually already... Have I already watched the romantic leader thing? I'm not sure if I have. I think I've paid for it, but not actually watched it yet. And yeah, the game's one step ahead of me. Ask about Peter Dong, now I know who that is. I'm guessing you barely care about him. Nothing, he's just a colleague. Yep, there we go, marvellous. Dong is not a man of courage and strength. I'd go so far as to say his complete lack of these qualities is impressive. Oh Dong, you do not stand a chance. And as I suspected, yeah, she loves Passion of the Leader. So if I watch that, that might give me an opening with her. But if I'm willing to trade in 50 prestige, she might be willing to tell me more about Hemnitz, which otherwise she's not willing to do so. He was too damn nice, loved his wife and kids, helped everyone, lent people money till payday, didn't meddle, didn't scheme. He knew how to listen, made you feel at ease, you know. Not really, because yeah, I barely knew him. Alright. Interesting. So, she seemed to think he was a good, decent man, but maybe he was just very good at extracting information from people. Friends with everybody, no enemies, even with Legrand, who's a complete asshole apparently. And yeah, what was he technically punished for? I don't fully understand, or rather I do. You heard it yourself, I don't believe it. The Ministry's never wrong, I guess I'm just a bad judge of character. Fine. So she's not willing to talk too openly about that. Ooh, and I've actually found Peter Dong as well. Excellent, let's get acquainted with Peter Dong. I know you totally love Emma Hazer. I'm so sorry, she doesn't care about you in the slightest. Ah, now this is clever. Because I've seen the information on the terminal, I can actually push him on the topic of Emma, which I wouldn't otherwise be able to do. I'm not admitting I hacked his terminal, I'm just saying, oh yeah, I've seen my share of lovesick men. Trust me, the facial expression is unmistakable. And as a result of that, he can actually tell me more. Everyone knows it can't be true. Mommy will kill me. Oh, Peter Dong. That's not the sort of... Never mind, this is not going well for you. Ah, well, this is where this gets a bit weird. Have you seen how pretty she is, like a cover girl from Young Patriots? And me, how could I walk up to her and... No, I'm not helping. She's clearly not interested in you. And yeah, from your letter, you're a bit weird and stalkerish and whatever. We're not helping, actually. Bye, have fun. You know what, I should probably actually do my job. Otherwise, I'm not going to have money to, like, you know, live or whatever. So, it's Tuesday the 7th of May at this point. Marvellous. And yeah, if I want to do 5 forms, then that's going to take me 2 hours. So I should probably do that first. But check my email as well. A ban on mass mailings. That's fine. Nothing major there. Yeah. Clock in. Let's just do 2 hours of work before I get back to dossing around and doing literally nothing. And the plan is... 3. So I've got 5 forms right now, so I get 5 forms per 2 hours. If I actually get 3 of them spot on, then I get 100 prestige. So, clock in, let's do that at this point. Hello there, here's the order with my cloud observation results. I've spent over 30 years on them, haven't missed a single day. My wife says they're rubbish and keeps threatening to throw them away. I decided to hand them over to the trusted Ministry of Science. Okay, this seems fairly simple. Information for Ministry of Science and Technology, and who's actually available right now? 390 is available on a Tuesday. There you are, my good man. Congratulations, have fun. Right, next. Who's up next? Go in peace. Glory to Ostotska. Olivia Rice, wife of Bruno Rice, head of the passport desk, uses a bust of our leader to weigh down her sauerkraut. That's probably some form of crime or something. So yeah, that's a denunciation, probably going to the Department of Patriotism, which is open in Office 279 on a Tuesday. Carry on. Go in peace. Glory to Osotska. Right, next. Bring it in. I need proof of income. Okay, and doing your taxes. I wish. My wife has demanded that I give her one every month so she can manage our family budget. It was a mutual decision. I'm not sure it was. I'm going to assume that's a request for the Department of Labour, because it pertains to your job. 2-on-2 is open today. Yep. Spot on. On you go, my good man. And bring up the next. And please add me to the list of candidates to receive scientific grants. I've invented a new type of tank that can be used for farming during peacetime. I call it the Tankter. Alright, that's probably a... Ooh. That's a request rather than information, isn't it? Candidates to receive scientific grants. Hang on, let's just quickly get some definitions here. wants to use his rights, access other resources. Yeah, if he wants to access resources, that's a request, not information. So request to science and technology, and 432 is available on Tuesday. Carry on, go in peace, glory to our Sotska. And I've already actually claimed my 100 prestige, but now it gets progressively harder to do more. So if I want to get another 100 prestige, I need to actually pass another 5 individuals at this point. So I'm earning money right now, but until I've actually passed another 4, there's no more prestige to be got. So prestige becomes progressively more expensive to earn during the day, I see. And the benches in the park were painted, no one bothered to hang any signs. My clothes were ruined beyond repair, and my jacket stuck to the bench. I hope this misunderstanding will be solved quickly. Okay, that is a complaint, because he's not denouncing anyone in particular. And who's it going to? That's not really a law and order question. It's not really patriotism either. Would social care be handling, like, public janitorial work? Or, no, culture. Because it's a park. So it's going to be culture and sports. 404 is open today. No, it was social care. Fine. Culture and sports is not specifically covering parks. Social care apparently covers parks too. That's a shame. That's fine. Oh! I just clicked next. Because, yes, I ran out of people. So I've just spent a lot of time on that. Oh, well. Ah, that's what I've got to keep an eye on. It's available forms. When the available forms run out, clicking next brings up the next batch of forms, I see. Here's an interesting one. New musical instruments were delivered to our House of Culture, but they're terrible. These guitars, pipes and keyboards are absolutely impossible to play because they were made to furniture factory. These workers should be sent to a timber mill instead. Now I'm going to guess that therefore is a complaint that goes to the Department of Labour, not to Culture, because the complaint isn't actually about, yeah, the Office of Culture. The complaint is about the fact that work was sent, or workers were sent to the wrong place. So therefore, hang on, 476, that's not available on Tuesday. 606 is... No, that should have gone to Culture, apparently. Darn it. So sometimes, yeah, it's a bit hard to figure out where things are supposed to go. Which I suppose makes sense. This whole thing's supposed to be a Kafkaesque nightmare, so it's perfectly reasonable. And of course, at the end of the day, I now no longer have time to go and visit Magda because it's an hour wait. So therefore, I've got no choice but to do that tomorrow. Ah, I see. I had 40 minutes left at the end of my day, but when I get home, I get a free 2 hours to do whatever I want. But I'm guessing these things require different amounts of time. So, my bills. Okay. So my bill right now that came in is for, yeah, water, sanitation, and collection to help the national soccer team. Okay. Well, I could pay all of those immediately, but yeah, that's quite a lot of bills, actually. So I've cleared out my bills. That's absolutely fine. I've got time to watch a little bit of television, and I can also, if I want to, do some light reading. So that book I found earlier, I could spend 2 hours figuring out how to pick crossbar lock, so accessing new areas I wouldn't normally be able to get access to. Fine, so books I find go into my bookcase and I can read them at home in the evening. But what I really want to do is head over to my TV. Because, yeah, the passion of the leader. I know for a fact Emma Hazer loves this show. So how about we do some viewing of that? So that's been viewed. May as well spend just a little bit more time reading for the time being. So go over here and, yeah, just get a little bit of that crossbar picking done. Can't afford to do the rest, so go to sleep. We'll probably be able to finish that off tomorrow evening. To bed we go. And now we will wake up tomorrow, ready to crack on. Yep, following day, 9 hours of my sort of work day left, and then 2 hours of spare time before I go to bed. But there's nothing to stop me just leaving work early and spending more time at home watching television if I feel like that's the right thing to do. But first things first, Ferguson's back with his rather fancy raised desk, and he wants to chat to me. Right, what would you like, Ferguson? Who is it? Redgrave. You expect me to sit on my ass waiting all day? What took you so damn long? I literally came here at the beginning of my day, Ferguson. Shut up. So this guy's going to give me little missions as well that are potentially legally dubious. I want you to pretend to be a visitor to the ministry. One of those bastards sitting in the hall has been stealing my money. Do you see? No, I've no clue what you're talking about here. You're a complete idiot. I'm saying that one of the pricks in the hall is pocketing the money that the visitors give. You do know that all bribes have to be given over into the government revenue, don't you? Oh, marvellous. Official bribery systems. Great. So I pose as a visitor, give him the envelope, and then we see if it makes its way up to Ferguson or not. Don't want to make an enemy of this guy. He seems important. I will agree to do this. Ah, but today I get priority to speak to Magda because I just came out of Ferguson's office. So I saved myself an hour of waiting by doing that now. So here's the folder I picked up out of the cart that you wanted. That's got to be worth a little bit of prestige, presumably. Oh yeah, that was flipping 250 prestige. Nice. And oh no, Emma, I want to chat to you. Yeah, how about me and you discuss the passion of the leader? Because you may not be into Peter Dong, but maybe in fact you're into me. I love the passion of the leader, don't you? It looks so interesting. Good news, at least I'm not the only one watching it. I've never had anyone to discuss an episode with. What do you think of Leoncio? A bit too goody-goody for my taste. There's no denying he loves Nicole to death. I wonder if this kind of love really exists in real life. Like Brad's, when Catherine went into a coma after falling down the stairs at the ministry. By the way, what do you think about Mark and Marcy? Mark is a controversial character. I think he's just pretending to be madly in love with Stephanie so he can get a promotion. Alright, it feels to me like you've just read the wiki and aren't actually that into this show, Evan. Oh, I'm getting into Emma's good books though. You're sweet, Evan Redgrave. Nice. If you keep watching, we can be TV buddies. Nice. Now, can I get away with flirting now we're TV buddies potentially? Any plans for tonight? The usual, get some paperwork finished, watch TV, and go to bed. Just such a pretty girl, really have nothing fun to do after work, just more work and TV. This pretty girl would love to do something fun if the company's good, and he's just... Ooh! Storeroom! 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 What are you talking about? I'm still new to the city, I'm all alone, I have no one to hold me to keep me warm. Oh wait, I've got a wife, don't I? Oh, I probably shouldn't be doing this. Pop into the storeroom with me and I'll show you. You're a cocky bastard, Redgrave. I thought you were married. What made you think I'd go with you? We're adults. We're free to do what we like, so why not? Oh, yeah. Yeah, 500 reputation. Let's see. I can't bear it anymore, Emma. I've been thinking about you since the first day I saw you. I can't get you out of my head. So what, you're married? How could I have known when I got married that I'd meet you? One kiss in private is all I'm asking for. Really? I'll give you my word. One kiss, that's all. That's so romantic. Just like my favourite series, where Kurt dumps Stephanie for Sophia. Alright, let's do this. And if I like it, then what? And wipe that smug grin off your face. No, this is marvellous. I'll be waiting for you. Oh, yeah. 20 minutes later! That is definitely more than a kiss. Beautiful. It took your father longer to fall out of a window. Oh! Oh, wow! Emma, that's blimeish. Right, which floor is the burns unit on? Because I feel like I should be reporting there right bloody now. That is brutal, Emma. You know, ladies and gentlemen, having just received what may be the most brutal burn I've ever seen in a video game of all time, I think you get the point. This here is Beholder 2, and oh yes. Yes. It's very different from Beholder 1, which was much more about, you know, sneaking into people's rooms and investigating, and actually, now I said it out loud. Okay, it's quite like Beholder 1, but presented in a very different way. I like the addition of the actual job that you have to do, but then again, it's not something you have to do, it's just a choice what you do with your time. You can break into people's offices and sneak around and use that information to manipulate them and learn stuff about them. Or if you want to, you can try and turn people against each other. You can try and collect prestige to learn new information. You can try and earn as much money as possible, which you can do through working or blackmail. It's just a very big, surprisingly open, interesting game where you're managing your time and there's no shortage of things you can do with your time. And yeah, I'm very, very impressed indeed. I'll keep a very close eye on how this video does because I could see this coming back. Maybe it's a live stream, maybe it's a little mini-series. I think the first Beholder was not a desperately long game, so we could see a bit more of this. I'll keep an eye. Let me know if you'd be interested in that sort of thing. We shall see. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd. This has been the really rather excellent Beholder 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Wait, did people just vote out democracy? Hang on, what have you just done? Oh, go on, let's have the greatest Oktoberfest ever. Yay! Spain and Russia have announced a new alliance as a result of the warmongering of certain Central European countries. Oh, well, excuse me! My leader from now on, no weaklings will stand in the way of this country's path to glory. Oh, God, Germany, not again!